Welcome back to another Montreal Canadiens. Hey, Montreal fans, welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your Coach Frenchy, back in the booth for another post-game Montreal Canadiens. And again, for the second time, and tonight, back-to-back game, the Montreal Canadiens lost by a score of 3-2. And this time, again, the Winnipeg Jets. Great performance, Connor Hellbuyck, and from the net for the Winnipeg Jets. Montreal, honestly, did not start a game the right foot, exactly happening in Toronto. The first period looked like what happening in Toronto, but Montreal have a really overall great game. Better to the Winnipeg Jets. The only problem they got, no point. But we need to give them the effort. We need to tell them like how much they try hard, but unfortunately it did not work. I have a little bit concern about the time utilization of different players. I'm going to talk about this. It's a very strange for me. And maybe that's why I'm sitting here in front of you. I'm not the coach of Montreal Canadiens, but let's talk first of all the score sheet of the game and what happening. And let's start right away at the first period. It start exactly what happened in Toronto. The opponent team scored the first minute of the game. Again, Toronto, Matthew scored at 54 seconds. Tonight, it was at 18 seconds. Great pass of Matthew Perreault to Josh Morrissey. And in the middle of the defensive side of Montreal Canadiens, used a great shot at the right side over the blocker of the Jake Allen. You can say Allen, it was not maybe not ready. I'll be honest with you now. It was more the effect like Morrissey used an amazing great shot, the inside of the post, and then the puck go in. We have to give credit right now at that one at Josh Morrissey for that goal, to be honest with you. And then exactly what happened in Toronto. Remember, one Matthew score, Perry score less than 2 minutes later. And tonight, it's about 1 minute, 22 seconds later. Philippe Danault on the back ends on the rebound of the Kokanemi shot. And a helper from Thomas Tatar. And Danault scored his fourth of the year. It tied the game 1-1. And that moment, as a fan, I said, Montreal's going to be pretty good now. They're going to be back exactly happening. And then suddenly, they dominate. We have a couple of missing during that period over there. There was all around Hellbuyck, but he cannot put a puck behind him. I remember a big pass, great pass of Lehkonen to Evans on the back door, and Hellbuyck make a save. But unfortunately, it's a turnaround, and at 8:03, Lewis tips the puck on the great pass of Pionk in front of net. Mete lost the coverage. I really believe because of the physicality of Mete on that play, and Forboard got a helper on that one, and now gave the Winnipeg for the second time of the game a lead by 2-1. And that play, I'll be honest with you, Jake Allen did not do well. He should move quicker, and it was not it was just a tip puck over there. So you can see on the GIF I did for you. And then 5 minutes later, Nikolai Ehlers used his speed at the red line to go around Jeff Petrie a little bit at the blue line when Petrie completely got beat by the speed of Ehlers and come back to the right side of Jake Allen and maybe around the dots, and he showed a wrist shot on the left side over the glove of Allen, and then it was at that moment 3-1. Connor and Stanley got an assist on that one, and it was now lead by 2. And again, the shot at that moment was 13-7 for Montreal. But 3 goals. Allen, I'll be honest with you, was not great on the second or third goal. Sometimes he's great, or any player is great, I would tell you. One day I'm not great, I would tell you also. And Jake Allen, the first period was not amazing, to be honest with you. That's one of the two goals make a big difference because he stopped 1 or 2. Montreal got a point at the end of the day, I believe. So the shot after the first period, 18-9. Montreal have a great power, maybe not a great power play, the first one, but after that, got a better power play during the game. Overall, the Montreal power play was great, just did not score tonight. During the second period, we have only one goal, and this comes from Montreal Canadiens. Jeff Petrie at the red line tried to use the rim, the puck around the board to go to another side, and then suddenly the puck changed the direction, and Hellbuyck was going to go behind the net, and the puck goes straight in front of the net, and Byron and Frenchy score his fourth of the year with a empty net, honestly, at that moment. Petrie and Kotkaniemi got an assist at 15-14, and that game now, Jet cut the lead by 2-1. It was 3-2 after the second period. Montreal again dominate this period, 11-6 and shot. They try on power play. We got another crossbar at that moment from, not sure if it's Toffoli, I cannot recall it. And unfortunately, the puck cannot go in. That was the second crossbar for Montreal during the game. So after 2, it was 3-2 for Winnipeg. The shot was 15 Winnipeg and 29 Montreal. So almost double shot, but he was still losing by 1. During the third period, honestly, Winnipeg did not play. They play most on the hill. They did not have a great opportunity. Whatever they shot 12 times on Montreal, it was not great opportunity. Only I can recall it's a one great opportunity, the Andrew Cup against Jake Allen, I believe, and a great save on the blocker from him. That's maybe the only chance they got. Most of the time, Montreal dominate more, but unfortunately, Hellbuyck was solid. It looked like a wall last night, and you have to wait until at 19-22 in the empty net goal. Andrew Cup scores his 13th of the year. Kyle Connor and Mark Sheffield got a helper on that one. It was the end of the game, honestly, for Montreal. That's the second night they lost by a score of 4-2. First, again, Toronto was 3-2, to be honest with you. And that was conclude, honestly, the score sheet of the game. For the second game back-to-back, I feel like Montreal, they was resilient. They never gave up. They moved their feet. Most of the game, Montreal was in the game to be, I'm pretty sure, Dominic Ducharme was happy about the performance. Whatsoever, they did not get a point. We need to get a positivity sometime when you lose a game like that, and you need to learn from that what we need to get better. I think for right now, Montreal, for Saturday night, they have to be sure they have a better beginning of the game. They gave right now the last 2 games a goal at the beginning, so it's not great. Let's move on with a little bit more about the number. Now the series between Montreal and Winnipeg is 2-3 for Montreal. For Winnipeg, of course, they are right now 4-2-1. The shot was 38-27 advantage Montreal Canadiens. The face-off was 59-41. I want you to pay attention to that one over there. So what are you talking about, Coach? Saint Eric Star is with Montreal. Montreal have a better face-off, constantly over 50-55, and that's improved their average stat for face-off, and that's good for Montreal to see that. The power play 0 goal for both teams, 0-2 Montreal, 0-3 for Winnipeg. The hits 28 Canadiens, 21 Jets. The block shot 15 Montreal, 12 Winnipeg. The minute penalties 8 for Montreal, 6 for Winnipeg. They gave away Montreal 10 and the Jet 18. Again, that's the second game where the opponent team gave a lot of giveaway. Montreal cannot put a puck behind the net. Winnipeg struggled a lot with a giveaway puck on the defensive zone. That's what I said. Winnipeg did not play their best game, and they find a way to get out with a W. The most point tonight for the Winnipeg, we have to go with Kyle Connor with 2 assists. Jesperi Kotkaniemi also with 2 assists. Suzuki have 5 shots on Hellbuyck. Same for Ayler on Jake Allen. The TOI 22 minute 46 for Jeff Petrie. Morrissey 25:01 for the Winnipeg Jets. Finally, Hellbuyck stopped 36 of the 38 for a save percentage on 9.47. And for the Montreal, Jake Allen got 23 on the 26 shot he faced last night for the save percentage of .885. But I want to mention to you something where I said at the beginning of this video, I'm a little bit concerned about the time utilization for Montreal yesterday. I don't understand. Corey Perry played 20 minutes yesterday. This is too much for him. You say, yeah, we have maybe a good game, but you cannot leave a veteran like that play 20 minutes. For me, it's too much. I have no problem. Jonathan Drouin yesterday, 12 minutes, 12 seconds. Something I have to thinking about something there. Something wrong there. All right. Then you have Eric Stahl at 12 minutes last night. And Kotkaniemi, 14 minutes, that's pretty much. But Nick Suzuki, 19:43. Kotkaniemi had a better game for Suzuki yesterday, but he let play Suzuki Perry about 20 minutes last night. This is a concern about time utilization. For myself, for me, I feel like it's not right. And then finally, Victor Mete have a very bad game, play only 10 minutes. It was play most of the time. They play at 5D yesterday. But to be honest with you, this is it's a concern. I did not listen too much to the press conference of Dominique Ducharme after the game. It's something I should listen back. But that's just a red flag for me. Why he used, I will ask him why they used so much Suzuki and Perry yesterday. Let's go back to 3-star of the night. First of all, we have to go the 3rd star for the Winnipeg Jets, Josh Morrissey. The 2nd star for the Montreal Canadiens, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. I'll be honest with you, have a really great game yesterday. 2 assists, but also he was moving his feet. He missed a couple of times a goal. Good performance for Jesperi yesterday. So great for him. And finally, the 1st star, the goaltender, with 36 of the 38 shot he faced last night. It was unbelievable. Connor Hellbuyck make a big couple of great saves to give the chance for the Winnipeg Jets to win last night. That's happening. So let's finish the show with what we do usually. The profile player yesterday was again Philippe Danault. Now we have 36 games. You have now 4 goals, 16 assists for 20 points and plus minus 18. And you know already those stats, but he was born on February 25th in 1993 from Victoriaville, Quebec. He was a first-round pick, the 26th overall in 2011 by the Blackhawks Chicago. He got traded by Chicago to Montreal again, Fleshman and Weiss. And finally, in 374 games, he had a total of 195 points. And just want to remind you, the next game is going to be Saturday, April 10 at 7 o'clock in Montreal. That is going to be a back-to-back game, and Montreal have to at least to get a couple of points right now to be sure they keep staying at the 4th position to have a spot in the playoff. But before we leave, we want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also Facebook page. That's where you get all the information, update around the league and of Montreal Canadiens. And finally, like I do at the end of each video, of course, Montreal hockey fans, so Hockey Nation fans, you have what? Greatness inside of you. Thanks again. Look forward to see you pour la prochaine partie de Montréal, les Bleus, Blancs, Rouges. Bonne journée, mes amis.